Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Flizza. How are we doing today? Oh, it has been, I feel like it's been a long day. I guess it has, I don't know. But I'm happy to be back here today. Um, Today we are resuming my D&D Theorycraft series, where I take some popular VTubers and turn them into D&D characters in a somewhat functional party. Today is a very special group, I think. Well, look, all VTubers are special, okay? But considering that you may have noticed from my previous two Theorycraft streams that I have a particular fondness for a particular bunch of VTubers, and that continues into today's Theorycraft as well. And sorry, I'm just making a note here for myself. For this particular build. Yes, so I have a particular fondness for the HoloLive members. Now, the reason I actually find HoloLive to be a particularly easy group or easy company to kind of devise these parties around is because they kind of have them grouped in generations. And roughly, there are 4 to 5 members per group. And that makes it very easy to make a party around, because parties, the ideal number of people, of course, you can have more, you can have less in the Dungeons and Dragons group, but kind of the generally accepted ideal number of characters in a party is 4 to 5. So let's go over to my screen here, and you can probably already see which group we are examining. We're doing the Hollow X members today. Yeah, so there will be 5 roles. Again, roles are very loosely defined in D&D, and really anybody can be kind of anything in a moment. But generally speaking, we are loosely classifying the 5 members into these 5 roles. And we're going to start, you may have seen here, let me make sure, oh wait, wrong one. We need this one. Okay. We need our first member, so let's get rid of the scroll here. We need Laplace. Now, Laplace here is technically the leader of Hollow X, yes, but we are going to, well, maybe not deal so much with that. Again, I've kind of skipped through the quick choices that need to be made. So what content is on, and turning on all the optional features and such. So we're just going to jump right in. Like all of our previous members, we're doing custom lineage that allows them to maintain their image and kind of lore within their within their group, within, gosh, what am I saying? It allows them to keep their size, not their size. Okay, size. Allows them to keep their physical appearance as a VTuber. Size, of course, the plus is going to be small. No, I'm just kidding. We're actually gonna, for the technical purposes of this, all their characters are medium. Actually, so I was kind of thinking about this, that I was realizing there are kind of some changes that I probably would either make to the previous two parties, but that would maybe be, restructures. So yeah, for the purposes of all these, and this is actually going to go into the future too, regardless of how small they are or not, they're going to be considered medium for these builds. Ability score. She's going to get the +2 to charisma here, because she definitely uses that small charm. I'm actually, before I continue, I should actually, I guess, make a note here. I am not as familiar, I guess, with the, I guess you could say, with the Japanese members of Hololive. Like, I watch clips and such, but this is my own fault for not understanding Japanese thus far. I can't get super into their streams because I can't understand, and I would feel like I really need to understand in order to do things to really enjoy their content. So this is going to be a little bit of tough at times to more accurately determine, and if there are discrepancies that you would like to point out between things that I've chosen or and what you would think the characters would be, feel free to leave comments in either the chat or in if you're watching this video in archived mode below the video. I believe we're going to take Shadow Touched here as the feat. I think that's a good idea. Let's use, I think we're going to take the bonus to charisma here for Shadow Touched. Just because we need more darkness after all. We're going to do, she gets a one first level spell of your choice. The first level must be from Illusion or Necromancy School of Magic. Okay. We're going to give her let's go with Silent Image here for the spell. Variable trait. Definitely she would get a dark vision, I feel like. And other than common, she would definitely know abyssal. So as a class, I think it's pretty obvious. We've clearly have a favoritism towards charisma, so definitely a charisma class. And which one is that? We're going to go with the Warlock. I feel like that fits Laplace here the best. When it comes to kind of the role that she is fulfilling in our party from among the 5, she's more the mage here. So we're going to go with an Arcana here, and we're going to give her... We're also going to give her Deception, though, because she is definitely in charge. Totally in charge. And she's going to be a great old one patron. Oh, by the way, we're boosting to level 5. All of these characters are always to level 5. So we get the Pact Magic, we get the Expanded Spell List, Awakened Mind. We're going to get 3 choices for our Eldritch Invocations. We'll come back to that in a moment. Pact Boon. Now, I believe the best one for Laplace here is Pact of the Chain, because it does have her manacles. But it also gives her, her crow familiar. And then she's going to get, we're just going to give her a flat ASI here, and boost that charisma. That, I believe, in the end, will take us to 20. And so by level 5 she will be, well, by level 4 I guess, she will have a 20 charisma. Now if we go to the things that she's going to need, we're going to give her the Agonizing Blast, which gives her the charisma bonus to her wondrous charisma or Eldritch Blast attack. Gosh, what am I saying? Voice of the Chain Master, I believe. I guess that would be her level 5 perk. Let's give her... Oh, we're going to change her proficiency in the class. So we just give her Deception. And then we'll give her... What was it? Voice of the Chain Master. Telepathically, and yeah, that seems pretty good. So let's we'll give her Intimidation then. Yeah, I like that. So let's go to her ASIs, her standard array here. We're just going to drop that 15 in the charisma. So we should have +1 from the feat. There we go. 20 already. We need to give her a little bit of Constitution. She's got to be able to take... She's got to be able to take some hits. We'll do moderate wisdom and intelligence here, and that small stature does not do very much for the strength category here. Description, because we're custom lineage. So what background are we going to go with for her? We're actually going to go with, I believe, I know you can't see the drop down menu that I see at the moment. So we're gonna go here really quick here, and we're going to pick I think we're gonna pick no. we're gonna pick. No, we're gonna pick faction. No, not faction agent either. Let's go with Faye. Yeah, Faye Lost. No, doesn't quite work either. We'll give her inherit, or I think that's good. So she doesn't know what she's inherited because those shackles there. That makes sense. I don't know. We're going with it. We're going with it. Just what works works. Why pick a liar? I almost envision her like maybe like some strings between her horns. That's the thought behind that. We need to give her another language. Let's go with deep speech as well. I think that's a good idea. Get some equipment here. Totally give her the arcane focus. Let's go with the orb. And a simple weapon of always get a dagger. That's my take on the subject. And we'll give her the light crossbow, even though she probably won't use it that much. Let's go with an arcane book or formulary. I don't know if she really has such a thing. I don't think she has such a thing on her avatar, but in her design. But that's what we're gonna go with. Wield and wield, and wow, she's got a lot of daggers. Alright, so we need to pick some spells because she is a warlock. And like I said, that makes her, and plus she's kind of filling our mage role in the party. Of course, we have to give her the Eldritch Blast. It's like the cream, is like the bread and butter of the warlock class here. We're also going to give her friends because she's just very cute like that and good at making friends. And we'll give her the mage hand as well. Now she gets to know 6 spells. I think we're going to pick we're going to take the charm person. We're going to get the hideous laughter. We're going to take, of course, we have to take darkness. Can't not have darkness for Laplace darkness. I believe the other thing gives us invisibility at a 2nd level once per long rest. Let's give her Mind Spike. Now, what do we get here on 3rd level? From 3rd level, let's grab Fear, and we'll give her Summon Shadow Spawn too. That sounds good. Little diverse range in the spells, but I think that definitely gives the best overall build here, kind of embodiment of her character for Laplace Darkness. Voila! There's Laplace. Alright. Well, we need to... Oh, wait. Let's look at the scroll here. Now, I said that she is the mage here. La plus. There we go. All right. So, moving on. Okay, we need La plus here. Moving on to the second member. Here. Let's go. We're actually going to skip who I have in this next tab. We're going to skip to this member next. Boom. Chloe. We need Chloe. Now, Chloe is the orca. The smelly orca. Ah, goodness. Okay. Medium, like I said, for everybody. For Chloe, we're going to give her the dex. And we're going to give her the feat of... We're going to give her... I think we're going to give her alert here. She seems from clips that I've seen to be very much kind of noticing of things. We're going to give her a proficiency rather than dark vision. And that is going to be in perception. Kind of building off what I just said here. Now, there's not really a language that is kind of the C, in my opinion. The closest would probably be the Aquan, which is a subset of Primordial. So we're going to give her Primordial as the next language that she knows. Now, Chloe here, if we look at our generalized roles, kind of fits somewhere in between the expert and the damage. Now, I say the damage because she, according to the lore of Hollow X, is kind of the bodyguard. So definitely kind of takes out the competition. But just like looking, like when I first saw Chloe's design revealed, I said she is definitely a rogue. So yes, we are picking rogue here for Chloe, which does give her a lot. Like I said, up to level 5 here. Now we're going to give her the acrobatics. We're going to give her intimidation. And I'll tell you why we're going to pick intimidation. We pick intimidation here in some time. We're not going to give her stealth. And it's the reason that we're going to pick why we pick intimidation, though. We're going to give her some deception. And we're going to give her persuasion. Now, expertise. Yes, we're going to ramp up that intimidation, and we're going to ramp up that persuasion. We're going to pick I think we're going to pick the assassin here. We want her to do damage really hard. She's kind of definitely, the one you want to have hitting quick and efficiently. So we're going to pick an ability score improvement. We're going to boost her dex by 1. And we're also going to boost her charisma here by 1. Now, why? Now, let me explain why we picked intimidation. Let's go back to the proficiencies here. Why do we pick intimidation and perception and persuasion? Because she's the smelly orca. I think it's well documented in her clips that she has that she is not a fan of taking baths, which is probably according well, if clips featuring other members, hollow members, is anything to go by, then it might be intimidating to have a smelly person walk up to you. She sometimes feels like she's intentionally deceptive or tries to persuade us that she is fine or she takes baths more than she does, and that taking baths is not good, or whatever. So that's why we're picking intimidation, deception, and persuasion here for our perverted orca. Alrighty. We're gonna take 15. Take our 15, put it in our dex. We're gonna put our 13 in their charisma here for her. Let's give her some good hit points with 14 constitution. We'll give her some intelligence and not really some wisdom here. And that's how we're going to stack her scores. Now, I was trying to think of what would be the best background for Chloe. And I kept having issues trying to figure out which one works the best. And I was kind of thinking that maybe there's not really a good one for what she does. There's not really a bodyguard. We could pick mercenary veteran, right? Or we could pick something like City Watch, or we could pick something like athlete, maybe. We could of course do like criminal or spy, but I think the best option for Chloe would actually be gladiator, because she is, I think, typically very well liked. She definitely, I think, is perhaps, I don't know, I don't know the specifics of the statistics here, but I think she's probably one of, if not the most popular member of Hollow X. I don't know though. So yeah, that's why we're gonna do some stuff with her. We're gonna give her a forgery kit as a tool here, and I guess let's just go with the drum for music. Performance, of course, because gladiator. We're gonna give her the sleight of hand too. Let's give her some rogue stuff to do. Choose our equipment here. Now, Chloe is not an elegant fighter, and I feel like rapiers are a more elegant weapon, so we're going to go with the short sword. We will give her a ranged attack option, though. Totally going to give her the burglar's pack here. An inexpensive but unusual weapon. Oh my. I felt like I had sneeze here coming. Anyway. We're going to give her the club so she can bonk. And I don't know, we'll give her the letter. It's a letter from Louis telling her to take a bath. Sounds good, doesn't it? Perfect. Because she's a rogue, there are no spells to pick. So voila, here is Chloe. Very nice, huh? All right, let's pull up our scroll again. And like I said, Chloe, though she could kind of fit in either the export or the damage roll. We're going to put her in the damage roll. That's why we picked Assassin for her build. Alrighty. Moving on. Who is next? Well, next we're going to go to the expert. And the reason we're going to do the expert is because, like I said, Chloe can kind of fit in both. And so the one that I've chosen for expert, also kind of fits in both in a way. And that's Kiori. So let's switch our picture here to Kiori. Oh, nope, bigger. There's our coyote girl. The scientist of Hollow X. So, of course, again, custom lineage. Choose our thing. Our size, medium. Our ASI, we're going to give her the intelligence boost. Because you'll see why. Now, when it comes to feet, here, we're going to give her... Wait, no, that was the background. We're going to give her skilled here. We're just going to give her more skills. We're going to come back to this and pick those. As a coyote, she would have dark vision. Or more likely have vision good with the darkness. We're going to give her Sylvan as her extra language, because I feel like that's kind of like a animalistic language in a way. Now we picked Artificer. Oops. We picked Intelligence because we're going to pick Artificer. I feel like that's the best one, given that she's a scientist, and in her art image here, you know, she's got the floating screens that she's able to do, or has, or whatever. So that's why we're going to pick Artificer. It's a very interesting pick, perhaps. But yeah, that's what we're going to pick. Now, we're going to give her Investigation. We're going to give her Medicine. And she's going to get a tool. And I think the best tool for her in this particular instance is going to be Alchemist Supplies. And that's because, boosting her to level 5 here, we'll get to her infusions that she's going to have in a moment. We're going to go to her specialty first. And we're going to give her the Alchemist Specialty. Now, part of that is because you can see in her image, she's got those potions, or vials, or whatever you want to call them, on her belt. And so I think that actually fits the best. And it also allows her to kind of also a little bit just a little bit, kind of flex into the heal if she needs to do that. Yeah, she can get healing elixirs and such. Yeah. So let's give her another tool proficiency that she gets at 3rd level. We'll give her the cook's utensils because that's almost like a translatable thing for alchemy in a way. I'm not saying it's a perfect thing, but it's something. So let's go to her infusions now. I feel like she would totally be the kind of one that would she would definitely have the homunculus servant, I feel like. We can also have her do, yeah, mind sharpener I think is a good one. Replicate a magic item. I don't know which item off top. Let's go with looking at all these magic items. I don't know what item she would replicate, but we're just gonna, so we'll leave that blank, but that would totally be, I feel like that would totally be something. And she'd probably do it twice, so we'll give her 2 magic items that she would pick. When it comes to an ASI, we need to boost our intelligence here for her, just to make her a little bit, kind of more effective. Which means she's going to be a bit more of a spellcaster, in a way. Yeah, she's got all that stuff. She's going to get, actually, we can pick spells here. So let's look at, what she's going to grab. We always have these 2 first levels and these 3 second levels. Okay. So this is all cantrips. I feel like we can give her acid splash. She only gets 2. And let's give her message. It gives her an attack and a utility one. And she gets 2 spells. Let's give her, well, she can rotate spells, but let's give her identify for now. And we'll give her lesser no, let's not give her lesser restoration. Let's give her let's just give her aid. That sounds good. So, standard array of choices to be made. we'll dump our 14 into intelligence. Give her an effective thing. We'll give her 15 con and 13 in her dex. Give her a little more charisma than wisdom, because she is very cute. And our 8 in strength. Now, when it comes to background, the one that I think fits the best would probably be Simic Scientist here, because she is a scientist after all. It gives her insight, and it would also, Arcana. And let's also give her insight while we're at it. 2 languages to add to her repertoire. Let's give her a primordial, and let's also give her, I'm going to say draconic. Make some equipment choices now. I need 2 simple weapons. We're going to give her the studded leather. Blah, 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 blah. All kinds of stuff. We got to get, when in doubt, go with a dagger. And let's also give her, let's just go with 2 daggers. I like the sound of that. I did not hit save. 2 daggers, studded leather, add starting equipment. There we go. Wear the studded leather. Wield and wield. She got a light crossbow too. So we already picked the spells for her too. So voila, here we are with Kyori. Very good at keeping hit points right around the same level. Alright. So with Kyori added to the party. Oops. That's not what I wanted to do. So Kyori is kind of our expert of the party. So who's next? Who do you think is next? Now there's one that is pretty easy to identify kind of what role or what class, subclass they're going to be in the party. It's the resident ninja. I mean, totally not ninja, totally samurai. Yes, we are talking about Aurora. Yes. Custom lineage. I think technically she's a human. Even in her lore. Because she is a fighter, spoiler on her class, we're going to give her a strength boost here. Because she's also kind of the enforcer here. We're going to make sure that she is she's more the enforcer than a lot. So we're going to give her some good stuff here. We're going to give her the mobile feat. Actually, I feel like that would be really cool. Plus, because she could do that kind of samurai thing in like anime, then where you like draw the sword really fast, gash through, and sheath the sword, kind of thing. Anyway, Variable trait, she's going to get proficiency because she's a human, if I recall correctly. So she does not get the dark vision. We're going to give her athletics, just straight up. And she's going to need another language here. So let's give her she's very tame, I think, compared to some of the others. Let's give her Dwarvish. It's kind of a rougher language, but it feels like it would fit with a fighter. So yes, fighter. Add class, go figure. Let's go up to level 5. And let's just go straight to the martial archetype. And oh, I wonder what it's gonna be. How about samurai? Okay. So what proficiencies is she gonna gain? She gets 2 fighter skills. Let's give her the acrobatics, and let's give her the survival. Yeah, let's give her survival. A fighting style. What does superior technique do? I don't think. No. Defense? Not quite. What does interception do? I feel like let's give her the interception. Like she catches the sword with her own sword. That sounds cool. That sounds good. That sounds really good. Oh boy. Let's choose a samurai skill. Performance. Absolutely performance. ASIs here. We're going to give her 1 to dexterity, and we're going to give her 1 to constitution here. And you'll see why here in a moment. Let's go with the standard. We're going to give the 14 to her strength. We're going to give the 13 to her dex and the 15 to her constitution. We'll give her the 10 charisma. In my opinion, from what I've seen, there's not as many clips of Iota compared to, I think, just about every other member of. I think actually Kiori is the only other one that doesn't have a lot of clips, at least that I see. But I think even Iota has fewer clips than Kiori. I don't know what it is. Maybe she just doesn't do a whole lot of clippable content. I don't know. But she's very tame, very mellow for the most part. So we're just going to give her an average charisma. Really, the wisdom and the intelligence is kind of arbitrary. Really, those two could switch. And I don't think it would make a whole lot of difference. I don't know. But yeah, that's what we're going to do for her things. Now, obviously, I think the best would probably be maybe a knight here. No, not knight. I think soldier, in a way, would be her best fit here. So she gets intimidation. Let's give her perception as well. We're just arbitrarily picking a gaming set for her. Equipment. We're actually going to give her the leather armor over the chainmail. Even though Iota is kind of filling the tank role in our party, That's partially why we gave her a boost to the dex, because she is kind of more lightly armored, you know, built. You don't see a lot of armor in this art of her, after all. So that's why we did that. We're gonna give her 2 martial weapons. We're gonna give her the long sword, which we can reflavor as a katana, and I believe I don't know. I'm terrible with this part, but they also come. But typically they'll get like a big sword and a shorter sword. So long and short sword together, which I think we can just kind of reflavor those in those instances. Give her hand axes here, explorer's pack. When in doubt, go with a dagger. Wield, wield, wear, wield, wield, wield. So, Iota, as a D&D character, is a nice, well-rounded fighter, sort of. And there we have her. This is Iota, D&Dized. And when we look at, let's unroll the scroll. When we look at loosely the roles, we have Iota. Here is the tank, which kind of leaves the last one open as healer, which I don't know really if. As I was kind of like thinking of this and putting it together, it's like, is Louis really like a healer? She's the executive officer of HoloX. Let's pull up Louis here. Here's Louis. Oh, very big. Big Louis. So I was thinking, is Louis really, the healer of the group? Because she's definitely the leader, right? Well, more of a leader than Laplace, in a way. But it's like, you know what? I feel like she is, in a way. So let's give her the inspiring leader feat, actually. Now, as a hawk, I think she would have not necessarily dark vision, but very good vision. So we're definitely going to have to give her perception in her skills. And she is, in my opinion at least, very talented. I've seen the clips of Louis speaking English. She's not, I wouldn't say fluent, but she speaks it very well, what she does speak. But let's give her Elvish. That's a very common language. Now, we're going to give her the boost to the wisdom score because she obviously has to kind of rein in everybody else as the leader of this group. So I think that's a pretty good one. Now, wisdom kind of lends itself to two primary classes when you're thinking about D&D. And I was like, well, if I made Louis the healer of the group, so to speak, is there a subclass, because we're going all the way to level 5 in these builds, that really kind of can encompass kind of Louis as the leader of HoloX? And actually, I think there is one in Cleric. So we're going to go ahead and make her the Cleric here. Um, we're going to give her the insights, and we're going to give her history here. And like I said, we're going to go to level 5 here. Divine Domain. We're going to give her the Order Domain. And why are we going to give her the Order Domain? Because, if I recall correctly, the Order Domain includes Voices of Authority. Obviously, she's got to turn undead. To exert an intimidating presence over the others, so she kind of keeps everybody in line. That's the thought, at least here, by choosing the Order Domain. She gets a bonus proficiency, Persuasion. And we're going to give her a Wisdom and a Constitution. So when we go into our standard array of choices here, when we give her a 15 in Wisdom, that's going to boost her to an 18. We can give the 13 to her Con, that's going to put her at 14. We'll give her a 14 Intelligence, a 12 Charisma, 10 Dex, 8 Strength. She's primarily going to be a spellcaster type cleric. Not very much a fighter, so to speak. But when we go to background, gosh, I don't know why that eluded me. It's like literally right here on the page, but my mind just completely blanked on what it was. We're gonna give her the sage background. And like I said, we need the perception. So this is where we're going to add the perception. It's a combination of her hawk and stuff. We'll give her Dwarvish. Let's give her Celestial too. Choose some equipment. She's not proficient with a Warhammer. Now, I think she's okay with... Can she take chain? No, I don't think she can take chainmail. I think she can... I don't remember. So we'll just give her the scale mail. If she is proficient with the chainmail, we'd probably give her the chainmail. But I think she also needs strength for chainmail, and she doesn't have any strength. Or much strength, I should say. When in doubt, go with the dagger. We're going to give her the Explorer's Pack. Yeah, let's give her an amulet. When in doubt, dagger. She can also use the shield. We need to pick spells for Louis as a cleric. So this is the bulk of Louis' character. But we could look at the spells. What spells does she know? She gets 4 cantrips. She's going to need some guidance. And we'll give her light as well. Because she's a cleric, she's going to need Spare the Dying. And we'll give her Resistance. That's the last spell. And she gets 9 spells prepared. We'll give her Bless command. She always has prepared, so we don't have to worry about that. Guiding Bolt and Healing Word and Cure Wounds. Pretty much, well, especially Healing Word and Cure Wounds. Pretty much the bread and butter of clerics. She's got another 5 spells that we can add to her list. Let's give her Lesser Restoration. We'll give her a Spiritual Weapon. I'm going to give her Calm Emotions too. I feel like Louis is a very calm personality. And let's give, from the 3rd level spells, Beacon of Hope, I think, is a great one for her to have. She always has Mass Healing Word prepared. That's good. And she also always has Slow prepared. So let's give her Spirit Guardians from level 3. And that is Louis. Ta-da! Okay. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to edit this. So there we have it. We have Louis, the Order Cleric. We have Laplace, the Great Old One Warlock. We have Chloe, the Assassination Rogue. We have Kiori, the Alchemist Artificer. We have Aurora, the Samurai Fighter. Ooh, there's something in my eye. Hang on. Alright. There we go, my friends. Thank you so much for coming to the stream today. If you did, or if you're catching this on the replay, thank you for checking it out. Feel free to drop a comment below on what groups you might like to see me do next. I'm going to try and do a whole bunch of the Hololive gens, because like I said at the beginning of this video, Hololive makes it really easy to kind of group them up. But if you want to see other groups, other VTubers, you know, maybe D&D Theorycrafted on my channel, please feel free to recommend which groups, or hey, maybe you want to see some of these some of the VTubers that I've already done together in a party. You know, maybe it's like, hey, what if we had a party with Laplace and let's say and Callie and Iris and Bay. That would probably be an entirely different build, you know, than the ones I've already done for these. Because, like I said, these particular builds, this particular build here that I've done today for Hollow X, is kind of based around the 5 of them working together. But if we have different VTubers working together, they would probably work, you know, need to have different builds to be more efficient and functional and all that wonderful stuff. So, you know, drop a comment if you'd like to see, you know, different combinations or other groups or other, you know, together. Try and keep it to like 4 or 5. And I will look into doing those combinations or other groups. Like I said, I'm going to probably do a lot more of the Hololive members. So look forward to those as well. And I will see you guys in the next video or next stream. There's no stream tomorrow. Let's go over the forest. No stream tomorrow. I will be meeting with some of my fellow elves and having some fun. So I will not be able to stream, because if I did, it would be like really late here, and I would like to get some sleep after a long day. So no stream tomorrow. We'll stream on Saturday, where we'll be doing the Stellaris stream in celebration of, well, I guess celebration is the best way to describe it, of the release of Stellaris Overlord today. Kind of checking that out. We'll be doing a small game today. Hopefully pretty fast too. I don't know. We'll see. Alright, thank you so much for coming to today's stream. My name is Flezza. I will see you guys on Saturday. Until then, everybody, take care, stay safe, all that wonderful stuff. I will see you then. Bye-bye.